When was the last time you felt that the producers of your favorite show got it right? Whether it's live action adaptations, reboots, or even just how the show is written, fans of their favorite IPs tend to always have critics within their community displeased with the direction that their show is going.
Guys don't understand how hyped I am, chat. Oh my god, this is the first video game adaptation movie and I am so excited for Sonic. Hell yeah, I love Sonic.
Oftentimes, community sentiments reflect in a show's ratings, which lead to producers either maintaining or changing their direction based on what keeps their audiences satisfied. What's interesting about this is with the rise of the internet, community discourse is much more louder, widespread, and accessible to both fans and the producers themselves. The dynamic between an audience and the creator has changed, with the creators being under more pressure than ever as they risk scrutiny and backlash at a much higher scale if they fail to create a good show. The question is, does it truly make a good show?
First, let's ask someone about this issue. Hi, would you like to be a part of this interview?
This is Jules. Through a great stroke of luck, we've managed to come across her who completely, fully, voluntarily, totally consented to be a part of this video.
Were you big on Disney movies growing up? Hold on. Sorry, this mic doesn't work.
Were you really big on Disney movies growing up?
Yes, and I really love Snow White particularly.
I heard there was a live action remake. What's your thoughts on that?
It felt kind of fake to me. It was kind of forced. Like, it's kind of... Snow White is supposed to be white.
Disney recently released a reimagining of their 1937 animated classic Snow White, now adapted to live action for a modern audience. It was received very, very poorly among even Disney fans and movie critics alike, with a rating of 1.6 out of 10 on IMDb. Mainstream opinion was unanimous in that it was a terrible film that no one could really enjoy.
Were you very vocal about your concerns?
Yeah, I'm really active on Twitter and Reddit actually, and I've really seen a lot of threads on like discussions about particularly, did you know that the 7 dwarves are now called 7 magical creatures?
Creatures?
What's interesting about the criticism is that the early set of photos of the 7 dwarves revealed a diverse cast that were of various genders and ethnicities. But due to the backlash, the 7 dwarves have been changed to be CGI in the final release. But while they had made changes to the portrayal of the dwarves, Disney did not recast Rachel Zegler, the actress of Snow White, despite the continued criticism. This was a weird decision and ultimately one of the reasons why it felt as if the movie was made in poor taste. It tried to appease modern audiences with contemporary values, but also appease the anti-woke crowd. The movie effectively appealed to no one.
Do you participate in any other fandoms?
Well, I'm a big fan of Stranger Things as well.
Do you have any qualms with the show?
Well, there's nothing really I hate about it, but there are just some characters that are, I don't know, overstaying.
For another example of movie producers listening to online criticism, Jules brings us to Stranger Things, where fans grew fond of the character Steve Harrington.
Originally written to be a romantic interest and a side character basically for the romantic essence of Stranger Things, but I've noticed that they really made him into a character that's important in the show.
But what's your opinion on it?
I love him, honestly.
Oh, so you agree? You agree? Do you think you would have enjoyed both shows if they weren't changed to fit your opinion of them?
Well, at the end of the day, it's my choice to watch these shows.
What about if they really stuck to the author's vision? Steve dies.
Well, there's a lot of factors that make Stranger Things a good show. So, I don't know. I feel like at the end of the day, it will still be a great show, but not my favorite show.
Not your favorite show. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. Do you have class after this?
I actually do. I have class in 5 minutes.
Oh my God. You can go now. Yeah. Thank you for being
And that
here.
concludes my interview with a sample size of 1 participant. But the key takeaway here is that with the internet, the landscape in which we consume our media is completely different, with fans having a stronger relationship with the shows that they consume to the point where they now almost have a hand in creating it. Instead of just looking at ratings to determine whether or not they'll be cut off air, with so many other options nowadays, filmmakers, animators, and studios now have to play a whole different ballgame, striking a balance between their vision and what their audiences want in order to deliver a good show.